Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review, and I'm here today to talk to you about my thoughts on the Disney Plus Secret Invasion Episode 1 Resurrection. So, I have been very curious as to know if, Disney Plus was going to be able to pull off the Secret Scroll Invasion. It's a beloved comic. It's done in animation a couple of times. It was done very well in animation. But I've always said that, they kind of ruined things when they made the Scroll, the good guys, very early on in the MCU. But they can still figure something out. So I'm like, okay, I'll keep an open mind and everything. You know what I'm saying? Then about 3 weeks ago, the director of this show, or showrunner, I can't remember which one, literally revealed why the Skrull have turned evil. He said that it's because they're not happy with their new arrangements. S.H.I.E.L.D. and Captain Marvel was supposed to find them a new planet, but instead they put them on Earth in like a little town, very similar to the Asgardians and stuff. So they're not thrilled about that, and so that's why they start invading that of Earth. And it's kind of like, dude, why would you reveal that 3 weeks in advance and stuff? But of course, it's also revealed in the first thinking episode. And so, there's a lot of conspiracy theory going on here and there. You have an agent who believes that, the Skrull are invading and he kills another agent. So you don't know who's who. And so I like the suspense of not knowing who's who. The problem is, there was nothing in this first episode that really caught my attention and stuff. Like, there was nothing that was like a big wow factor. And that's something these Disney Plus shows are starting to miss now. And this episode was very heavy dialogue and stuff. It was just so much talking and not a lot of action. And so, with the spy genre, first let me just say, I am very glad there was no humor in this. Thank God, thank God, thank God. But I don't want dryness and bleakness and stuff. And that's what this episode had. Now, it's only the first episode. Maybe it'll get better as time goes on. But since there was nothing to keep my interest in this first episode, I don't care to watch the rest of this series. I probably will because it'll be stuck on my Disney Plus thing because there's no way to erase that until you watch the last episode. But other than that, it seems like a very, very, very boring show. And the thing is, I like spy genres, but I just don't like it when they're dry. I don't like when it's heavy dialogue, and that's what this is. And so, like, we see the Skrull, they kidnap somebody, they will take that person's form, then they will have a device that has all the person's memories, and that person just stays there in captivity. Similar to what they do in, like, the comics and, like, the cartoon series and stuff that these have been adapted from. Now, another problem I have with this, and I can't believe I'm saying this, is Samuel L. Jackson. Samuel L. Jackson has now reverted to that of The Rock. What do I mean by that? What I mean is that he's not playing Nick Fury, he's playing Samuel L. Jackson. He's playing his typical way he plays in a lot of his movies. Very charismatic and stuff like that. He doesn't sound like Nick Fury. He doesn't look like Nick Fury no more. He is very much Samuel L. Jackson. And that's where all the humor came from in this episode. Like I said before, I'm glad they took it away, but there is still a little bit in there, and it's him. And I don't like that. I like the Nick Fury we had in the phase 1 and 2 of the MCU, and a couple of other ones as well. And he no longer has the eye patch, so he doesn't look like Nick Fury. He still has the scratches on his face and stuff, but now he has a thick beard, and he doesn't have his leather jacket because he's an incognito and stuff. But he just does not feel like Nick Fury what so stankin' ever. They have stripped away what made him into that tough guy he used to be, and now he's just a sarcastic, charismatic Samuel Jackson and stuff. And I'm not here for that. I don't come into these projects wanting to see the actor or the actress. I want to see the character in which they are portraying. And he is no longer portraying that character. I have lost all interest in that. And so, like, now S.W.O.R.D, which is an organization in the comics, that deals with outer space stuff. Now they're called Saber for whatever reason, and I have no idea why. But basically, the Skrull are a little pissed that, they haven't been able to find them a new home and, cultivate like a new life. They've had to do that on Earth while being hidden. The only ones that are allowed to leave that little fortress area are like the soldier people, the warriors. And they are able to grow their own food, the alien food on like, planet Earth and stuff. And we see the Skrull kids and people interacting, playing soccer and stuff like that. So they seem like they're happy, but they want to expand beyond that. For whatever reason, they don't trust humans. And it's probably because of all the stuff that's been going on in like the MCU. Not only that, but they keep saying Nick Fury has like changed since the blimp and everything, blip or whatever you call it. And yeah, he has changed. He's now Samuel L. Jackson and stuff. Now, as for Amelia's Clark character, she's just okay. She's just there. It's kind of funny because you don't really recognize her unless you see her with her brown hair. Because most people recognize her from the as the mother of dragons with the white hair. But yeah, I've seen her with brown hair before. I've never seen her with this actual haircut. I don't like this haircut because she has very thick hair, and so it's just very clunky and stuff. And so, but she's all right and everything. Maria Hill, who I keep forgetting is in the I can't talk, the MCU. Maria Hill has not been shown prominently since like phase 1 or 2. They inserted her into Avengers, the second movie, Age of Ultron, which was kind of weird how they inserted her because she's hanging out with the Avengers and chilling and everything. And it just felt kind of forced. She was just crammed in. Other than the first Avengers movie, she hasn't really done much, you know what I'm saying? And so you really forget who she is and you don't care. But then they killed her and stuff. So she's not even really in the show because she's been shot. Now the question is she really who she is? She hasn't reverted back to her Skrull form. Because normally when they die, they revert back. So since she didn't revert back suddenly, I'm assuming she is the real Maria Hill. So she will probably be infiltrated with the Skrull, but Nick Fury is the only person who knows that, she is shot. But is she actually dead? That's the thing. And, I'm getting kind of the first season vibes of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Only difference there, even though I didn't like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in the first 2 episodes of the first season, at least they had like wacky gadgets that made you think they was in the MCU. When watching this show, you don't even feel like you're in the MCU. Yeah, they're a Skrull, but you don't feel like it. It feels like a cable show, a cable spy show. And that's just it. So my thoughts on this are just not very, you know what I'm saying? It's just very, and it's just very blah. It's very boring. It's very bleak. But hopefully they will change things up. I don't know what the world's going on with Disney Plus, but so many of their shows are getting canceled. And like, they need to figure out that magic they used to have back in the old days. Kevin Feige is really losing it. He's not producing anything good anymore. Like, I was so bored, I literally fell asleep watching this show. I am not kidding you. I literally fell asleep, had to wake up, rewind it, and I'm just like, oh God, and stuff. But the VFX were really good, like the transformation between the Skrull and like that of like, the person and stuff, but it was done so quick. And it was almost done like water ink looking stuff. Like it happened very fast, very crisp. And it was kind of weird. I want more of a transformation. Also, I can't believe for the intro, they used an AI. I know that the CGI has been spotty a lot with like, a lot of this Marvel stuff and Kevin Feige's rushing his VFX artists and stuff. But my God, man, did you have to go the AI route? Like, why? That just takes away from actual artists. And Disney is now going down that route. It really makes you wonder. Alrighty, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.